Imagine standing at the edge of a vast water surface, watching golden rice stalks swaying gently above the ripples, while beneath them, thousands of fish dart through crystal-clear water. This isn't science fiction. This is happening right now in China, where ancient wisdom meets cutting-edge innovation to create one of the most revolutionary farming systems the world has ever seen. Today, we're diving deep into the incredible world of floating rice and fish farms, a game-changing approach that's rewriting the rules of sustainable agriculture. Welcome back to the channel. If you're passionate about the future of farming, you're in exactly the right place. Let me take you back 5,000 years. Chinese farmers were already practicing something extraordinary, something we call rice-fish co-culture. They discovered that growing rice and raising fish together wasn't just possible, it was brilliant. The fish ate pests and weeds, their waste fertilized the rice, and farmers got 2 harvests from one field. But here's where it gets mind-blowing. Modern Chinese innovators have taken this ancient practice and launched it into the 21st century, literally making it float. Picture this. You're in Hubei province, in the heart of China's agricultural heartland. Stretching before you are massive floating platforms, each one a carefully engineered ecosystem. These aren't simple rafts. They're sophisticated agricultural systems that combine aquaculture with rice cultivation in ways that would make traditional farmers' jaws drop. The platforms float on reservoirs, lakes, and even sections of rivers, transforming water surfaces that were once considered unusable for agriculture into incredibly productive farmland. Here's how this innovation works. The floating platforms are constructed from durable, eco-friendly materials, often bamboo or recycled plastics, designed to support the weight of soil, rice plants, and the integrated fish farming systems below. The rice grows in specially designed containers or mats that allow roots to penetrate down toward the water, while the structure remains buoyant. Below the surface, fish species like carp, crucian carp, and tilapia swim freely in enclosed or semi-enclosed areas beneath and around the platforms. But the real magic happens in the symbiotic relationship. The rice plants provide shade for the fish, keeping water temperatures stable and reducing algae growth. The fish, in turn, produce waste that's rich in nitrogen and phosphorus, natural fertilizers that feed the rice plants through the water. It's a closed-loop system that mimics nature's own cycles, and because the fish help control mosquito larvae and other pests, farmers drastically reduce or even eliminate the need for chemical pesticides. The numbers tell an incredible story. These floating farms can produce up to 4 tons of rice per hectare while simultaneously yielding 1 to 2 tons of fish from the same space. That's double-duty productivity that traditional farming simply can't match. And because they're floating, these farms don't compete with valuable arable land. They utilize water surfaces that would otherwise sit idle, effectively creating new agricultural space out of thin air. Or should I say, out of water. Let me share a concrete example that shows just how revolutionary this is. In Wuhan, the capital of Hubei province, the government has partnered with agricultural technology companies to establish floating rice fish farms across the city's numerous lakes and reservoirs. One project, spanning over 200 hectares on the Tangsun Lake, has become a showcase for integrated aquaculture technology. The farm uses solar-powered monitoring systems that track water quality, fish health, and rice growth in real time. Sensors measure oxygen levels, pH balance, and nutrient concentrations, automatically adjusting feeding schedules and water circulation to optimize conditions for both rice and fish. The farmers here have reported something remarkable. Not only are they producing substantial yields, but the water quality in the lake has actually improved since the floating farms were installed. The rice roots act as natural filters, absorbing excess nutrients that would otherwise cause algal blooms. The fish keep the ecosystem balanced by consuming organic matter. It's agriculture that heals the environment instead of harming it. Now, let's travel to another groundbreaking example, the floating farms of Chandao Lake in Zhejiang province. This massive reservoir, created in the 1950s, is home to over 1,000 islands and crystal-clear waters. But for decades, large sections of the lake sat underutilized. Enter the floating rice fish innovation. Local agricultural scientists developed a modular floating platform system that can be scaled up or down, depending on water conditions and seasons. These platforms incorporate traditional rice varieties alongside ornamental aquatic plants, creating farms that are not just productive, but breathtakingly beautiful. What makes the Qiandao Lake project special is its integration of technology. Each floating unit is equipped with automated feeding systems for the fish, using artificial intelligence to determine optimal feeding times and quantities based on fish behavior patterns captured by underwater cameras. The rice cultivation side uses drip irrigation technology adapted for floating systems, ensuring water efficiency, even though water is literally everywhere. And here's a stroke of genius. The platforms are designed to move with water currents, allowing different sections to rotate through areas with optimal sun exposure and nutrient availability throughout the growing season. The farmers at Qiandao Lake have documented yields that exceed land-based rice farming by nearly 30%, while their fish production rivals dedicated aquaculture facilities. They've also created an agritourism destination, where visitors can tour the floating farms by boat, learning about sustainable agriculture while enjoying the stunning scenery. It's agriculture that engages communities and generates multiple revenue streams. But the innovation doesn't stop with production. These floating farms are addressing some of agriculture's biggest challenges. Water scarcity. These systems use water far more efficiently than traditional farming because there's minimal evaporation loss and no irrigation runoff. Climate resilience. Floating farms can rise and fall with changing water levels, making them adaptable to floods and droughts. Food security. By creating productive farmland on previously unused water surfaces, China is effectively expanding its agricultural capacity without clearing forests or converting natural habitats. The environmental benefits run even deeper. Traditional rice cultivation is a significant source of methane emissions, a potent greenhouse gas. But in floating rice fish systems, the presence of fish in constant water circulation significantly reduces methane production. The integrated approach also eliminates the need for chemical fertilizers and pesticides, protecting water quality and biodiversity. Some studies suggest these systems can reduce the carbon footprint of rice production by up to 40% compared to conventional methods. And here's what gets me truly excited. This technology is scalable and adaptable. Countries with extensive coastlines, river systems, or lake networks could implement similar systems. Imagine floating farms providing fresh food to island communities, or transforming urban reservoirs into productive agricultural spaces. The potential is enormous. The innovation behind China's floating rice and fish farms represents more than just clever engineering. It's a philosophy of working with nature instead of against it, of finding abundance through integration rather than extraction. It's proof that ancient wisdom and modern technology can combine to create solutions that feed people, restore ecosystems, and build a more sustainable future. As we face the challenge of feeding 10 billion people by 2050 while protecting our planet, innovations like this aren't just inspiring, they're essential. They show us that the future of agriculture doesn't have to mean choosing between productivity and sustainability. We can have both. So, what do you think? Could floating rice fish farms be the future of sustainable agriculture? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below, and if this video opened your eyes to the incredible innovations happening in farming around the world, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button and tap the bell so you never miss our deep dives into agricultural innovation. Share this video with anyone who cares about the future of food and farming. Together, we can spread the word about solutions that are changing the world, one floating farm at a time. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.